If you have ball of the foot pain aggravating you to death, and your doctor told you to get a metatarsal pad, and you look online and there's just so many, you don't know which one to pick, well, I'm going to help you with that today. My name is Dr. Melissa Gaffney. I'm a podiatrist, and I'm going to do a review of a bunch of different metatarsal pads that I've tried and used myself because I have a neuroma. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what a metatarsal pad is, why it helps ball of the foot pain, the key qualities of an effective metatarsal pad, and finally the keys to success of an effective metatarsal pad. And the last part is very important because it can make your foot feel fantastic, or it can double your pain. So please stay with me to the end where I discuss all that. Metatarsal pads treat ball of the foot pain. Ball of the foot pain can be caused by a variety of different causes, and please check out my episode on that where I go through the different causes and what we do to treat those causes. And full disclosure before we get started, I have a clear favorite metatarsal pad, but I am going to try to give an honest review of all the different ones that I've tried off Amazon, and I actually have tried them on myself. And there were a couple that surprised me. So the metatarsal pad that I love to use for patients and on myself, I've found to be the most effective out of all of them over a career of 30 years of treating foot problems. So I'll share that with you today as well. So a metatarsal pad is a triangular shaped pad and curved at the edges, and it's designed to keep pressure off the ball of the foot. The ball of your foot sits right beyond the edge of this metatarsal pad. So the thickness and the quality of this material is very important to offload the ball of the foot. Called a metatarsal pad because it sits underneath the area where your metatarsals are, and the metatarsals are just 5 long skinny bones that go from your midfoot and connect to your toes. The ends of those bones we call metatarsal heads. So there's a lot of stress and strain there because you push off on the ends of those bones. So when this is properly placed and you have the right size and material, it will take the pressure off the ball of the foot and make the ball of the foot feel great. In fact, metatarsal pads and orthotics have kept my neuroma from hurting me for decades, so I really rely on my metatarsal pads. So the key qualities of an effective metatarsal pad is the size, the shape, and the thickness of the material and the quality of the material. So it needs to be wide enough to disperse the pressure off the ball and firm enough so doesn't collapse and you get all the pressure at the ball again. So I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag early. My favorite metatarsal pad is this medical grade felt metatarsal pad, and it's the triangular shape. Of course, this goes near the ball of the foot. And I did find one similar on Amazon, but this is not medical grade felt. It looks nice because it's nice and white, and they look like they're the same size, but this one from Amazon is a little bit longer, only by about a 1/16 of an inch. So when I tried it all day, a couple days in a row, it took up too much space into my arch, and I felt like there was too much arch fullness, and I had it placed correctly, but it still felt like it was bothering my arch. So I really wasn't comfortable in it. Another quality that you need to look for in a metatarsal pad is the material. And like I said, this is medical grade felt, so it's a lot denser and more cohesive than this one here. So it squishes a little bit more. So I'm going to show you how this compresses in the vise here. This is how this Amazon pad holds up to this vise. We'll see how this felt collapses. So this is the medical grade felt pad from my store, and we'll see how this holds up in the vise here. And I did wear this all day, a couple days in a row, and you could see that it's starting to shift there because it's not very condensed. It's like collapsing and not holding together with. So like what we've been talking about, the quality of the metatarsal pad matters. So if your metatarsal pad is not helping you like it should, it might be that you don't have thick, dense material that's hard enough to offload the ball of the foot. So these pads, this one was an Amazon pad, and this one was the pad from my store. It's medical grade felt, and you can tell like after a couple weeks how this is starting to shift over and flatten more than the medical grade felt pad. So these non-medical grade adhesive felt metatarsal pads that you get on Amazon, they probably will, I'd say, last half as long as the medical grade felt metatarsal pads. So the verdict on these Amazon felt, non-medical grade felt metatarsal pads is neutral. You probably have to buy twice as much as a medical grade felt as it wears out. The second type of metatarsal pad that I tried off Amazon are these rubber metatarsal pads. They come in 3 sizes, so right off the bat, the shape of it isn't good because it's totally curved, so you're not going to get that surface area to offload those metatarsal heads. It is nice and kind of squishy and soft, but it's more like a dome. It's kind of, you can see it's like a dome there. Now the smaller ones here, this I think would be aggravating because it's so small, it would feel like a rock, I think, in your shoe. Same with this. And the purpose of smaller pads like this, actually neuroma pads are made a little smaller. They're made for more targeted pinpoint type pain, but the smaller these pads are, the more you notice them and the less surface area that you have to offload the spot. So I've never felt that neuroma pads or small little pads like this were very helpful in my clinical practice. I did try this one. This one was okay. I don't like how rounded it is. You don't get the offloading, and also the shape isn't across. One nice thing it has amazing adhesive. I like reapplied this like 5 times because it didn't feel right, and it kept sticking. So the adhesive is amazing. I did wear this on the top of my insole, and it just was very uncomfortable and felt like a rock. And then I put it on the undersurface and it did feel more comfortable, but I did not feel like it was offloading my neuroma well enough. So for ball of the foot pain, I'd say no on these. But this is kind of interesting. I think I would try to use this to offload a callus. Maybe you could cut like a little U in it and offload a callus. I think that would be a good use for it, actually. I'm going to try that. So the last metatarsal pad that I tried from Amazon are these gel metatarsal pads, and they have a good shape to them, a nice straight across to offload the ball of the foot. The shape kind of matches a regular metatarsal pad from a doctor's office. With these, you just peel off the backing here. If you can see that, you peel that off. And this adhesive is pretty good. And you put it to a clean, dry foot, and it stayed on my foot really well all day. Adhesive here. And this I kind of liked a good bit. You can wear it as a metatarsal pad on the ball of your foot. You just put it right before the bony part here. And if you don't know where to place a metatarsal pad, I did a step-by-step video on that, but we'll just put it right before the ball of the foot there. And this stays kind of comfortable. You have an awareness that there's something stuck on your foot throughout the day, but it was fairly comfortable. I wore it all day one day. It offloaded fairly well, even though this is only an 1/8 of an inch, and I really think to offload the best you need like a 1/4 inch, but I think a 1/4 inch against your foot with this gel would be bothersome. The gel doesn't seem to compress down in time like the felt does. These I think might be better than adhesive felt if you're not wearing them on an insole or an orthotic. Some people just like to go in bare feet but want the offloading for the ball of the foot, and this probably would work well for that versus the adhesive felt pad. You can also use this 1/8 gel metatarsal pad to cushion the bones on the ball of your foot. If you have an atrophied fat pad or a fat pad that has thinned out, this little gel pad can help cushion it, and you can put this right on your foot. The adhesive is really good. So you just feel the bones there, and you just put the metatarsal pad right on top of it if they're sticking out and bothering you when you walk. And that's the only instance where I'd put the metatarsal pad right on the ball of the foot, is if you have the bones sticking out and the fat pad has been atrophied. So these I wore all day on both my feet, and I felt pretty good. So these would get the thumbs up for me, especially in someone who does not like to wear shoes or insoles but wants that offloading at the ball. Okay, so this metatarsal pad, the medical grade 1/4 inch felt metatarsal pad has been my go-to for metatarsalgia in clinical practice. It has worked the best, and it's my favorite. And it lasts a long time. I have a neuroma, and I usually only change this from my orthotic like once every 3 months, and sometimes I'll double up on it. If I get a twinge of pain, I'll put a new one on top of the old one. But these, in my mind, are far superior. I don't like to bevel it because I think it takes away from the offloading. But if the edge bothers a patient, you can always just bevel the edge with scissors. If you buy it beveled, it costs a lot more. So the keys to success of an effective metatarsal pad: the shape should be triangular with a wide base, a wide surface area to take the pressure off the ball of the foot. It shouldn't be too long where it's going to bother you in your arch. Also, the material is very important. It should be the medical grade felt that does not compress too much and just keeps its shape. The other key to success is the placement of this metatarsal pad. That's by far the most important. Check out my episode on successful metatarsal pad placement and exactly where to put it, and I walk you through that step by step. Also, I have another video on metatarsal pad placement mistakes, but they're really worth watching because these have helped so many of my patients, and if you get the right pad, stick it in the right place, it helps so much. The other key to success is wearing this on an orthotic works the best. So if you can get it on the undersurface of the orthotic, that will help you the most. If not, then under the insole of the sneaker, and wearing it directly on the skin on the foot is the least successful. Also, the adhesive can cause maceration, skin irritation over time. So it probably more so with the gel metatarsal pad that we showed you earlier because of the occlusion from the gel. Also wanted to mention that certain orthotics do have a built-in metatarsal pad, and I've found that these are never thick enough to truly offload. So if you get something like that, I always put one of these on top of the metatarsal pad that's on the orthotic. Even the custom ones that we get from an orthotist, they just aren't thick enough to offload, and I always have to use one of these on top of it to properly offload. And thanks so much for watching. Here's your best foot forward, and we'll see you again next time.
Please see the full disclaimer in the description. This is not a doctor-patient relationship. This does not constitute medical advice, but is for informational purposes only.